Welcome to The Good Trip. In this week's episode, we are taking you to the arid semi-desert of South Africa's Kgalagadi Transfrontier Park, where community-owned Xaus Lodge is helping to put beautiful Northern Cape Province on the sustainable tourism map. The breathtaking scenery and big skies of the Kgalagadi Transfrontier Park have to be seen to be believed. Rolling sand dunes, low rocky outcrops, and dry, dusty riverbeds fringed by camel thorns are hallmarks of this place, which at more than 3.5 million hectares is almost twice the size of the Kruger National Park. This captivating landscape was formed by the amalgamation of South Africa's Kalahari-Gemsbok National Park and Botswana's Gemsbok National Park. High on a dune overlooking a vast desert pan, Xaus Lodge is located within this vast wilderness.
The lodge is based in the Kgalagadi Transfrontier Park, which forms part of the Greater Kalahari. The park itself is 38,000 square kilometers, and Xaus Lodge is situated in the southwestern corner of this park, on the 50,000 hectares that was awarded to the communities as a result of the land claim.
Managed by Transfrontier Park Destinations, Xaus is positive proof of the power of sustainable tourism in helping to benefit previously disadvantaged communities.
Xaus Lodge is a community-owned lodge. It belongs to two communities from this area historically, one being the Kumani San, which are your Bushman people, the other the Meer community, which are your coloured folk.
This is the home of specialist species, those which have adapted to the harsh, arid environment and which have made a home for themselves in the desert dunes. The iconic Gemsbok, or oryx, is a champion desert dweller and is often seen standing in the open in the soaring temperatures of midday. Smaller mammals like ground squirrels and the ever-popular meerkat are often seen at burrows in the sand. The meerkats spend their days foraging for insects and other food, while members of their mob stand lookout for birds of prey and other predators. This is the home of the legendary Kalahari lion, who are often seen in the area looking for opportunities to hunt. The lion's smaller cousin, the rarely seen African wildcat, is also resident at the lodge, using the cover of Xaus's decking to raise her offspring. Black-backed jackals are also a common sighting on game drives, as they search for the myriad mice and spring hares which call the Kalahari home, or just seek solace in the shade of a camel thorn to escape the sun. Temperatures here can soar into the mid-40s centigrade, but cool down rapidly as soon as the sun begins to set each day. Sunset in the dunes of the Kalahari is something to behold, and is toasted each evening as it turns the sky and the sands a rich, burnished copper. It's a challenging environment for game viewing and indeed for guiding, but it's the small stuff which really makes an impact, with amazingly adapted plant species, some of which can even save lives, topping the list of interesting things to learn about.
I teach my children from a very young age about nature, how to respect it. There's so many life in the desert. Small things like beetles, mice, spiders. Yeah, the small things that you find in the desert. You not always look for big things like lion.
Conservation goes to the very heart of life at Xaus, and protection of this extreme environment is absolutely essential. Xaus's concession is co-managed by Sandparks, as part of the Greater Kgalagadi Transfrontier Park, and great emphasis is placed on teaching guests about the fragility of life in this desert wilderness, as well as its amazing fauna and flora.
Sustainable or ecotourism provides that tool to conserve these environments. The tourists want to come and see the animals, they want to experience a desert environment, and they pay to be here, and that pays for the conservation of these environments.
It's an extremely difficult place for human beings to live and work, But the Kgalagadi's stark beauty and its remoteness are equally among its greatest assets when it comes to tourism, with visitors from all over the world coming here in search of an authentic desert experience.
Xaus Lodge can be quite a challenge to manage at times. Everything we need at the lodge in terms of food, meat, ice, drinks, anything from a maintenance perspective needs to be fetched from Uppington, which is 350 kilometers away, one way. We do this trip once a week to ensure that we have fresh produce at the lodge and to provide a quality meal to guests visiting.
We're far away from everything, so it's really hard when you have fridges that don't work or ovens that pack up.
One of the things most prevalent at Xaus is its spirit of Ubuntu, the ancient African ethos which embodies the highest values of humanity. It's echoed in the partnership between the Meer and Komani San communities, and in how these two communities are represented through the staff at the lodge, who are like an extended family.
I'm from the Meer community. These people actually was living in the Western Cape in the 1800s. It's mixed blood people. It's mixed between the Khoi and that here in that time the Europeans came in. So, but they was moving north. He was moving north with a captain Dirk Philander, and it's where they end up Rietfontein.
In its mission to expose guests to the unique culture of its local people, the lodge and members of the community have built a replica sand village where crafters demonstrate their skills and interact with visitors. The San or Bushmen are the first people and have a rich and ancient culture founded in their intimate relationship with the desert environment and the plants and animals which they call home. They are proud to put on their traditional skins and share their story with guests at Xaus.
Dit is baie belangrik vir my dat ek nie in 'n wester wil wees nie. Maar ek moet daaroor, want die kinders van vandag is westerlikheid. Maar ek probeer dit nog omdat ek kan kyk of ek kan die westerlikheid na een kant kry. Hulle sal my nie vergeet nie, maar dat hy meer in die Kalahari van Xaus gronde kan wees, dat hy kan leer wat is die gees van sy grootjies en wat is die toekoms van sy grootjies.
In spite of their turbulent past, the Bushmen of the Komani San are now moving forward with hope, helped by the boost that tourism is giving their community.
Wat Xaus verdien het, begin hy vir ons en ons werk vir Xaus Lodge. Ons wil nie hy moet swak word nie. Hy moet kan bou uit die gees wat tradisionele uit. Want dit is die tradisionele plek.
For the staff at Xaus, tourism has provided them with an opportunity to not just work, but to have thriving careers in the hospitality industry. Their skills are developed through ongoing training, and they are able to support their families in a meaningful and sustainable way.
My werk by die lodge beteken vir my baie. Ek kan geld huis toe vat, ek het 'n familie wat om te voed. Behalwe my kinders, is daar nog van die ander familie ook. Ek en my broer met 2 kinders en die kleinkinders.
Most of the staff are the breadwinners of their families, and both their jobs and the benefit their communities derive from the lodge have helped them to change their lives for the better.
Xaus Lodge is deel van jou menswees hier. En dis wonderlik om so naby die natuur te kan werk. Dit is deel van God se skepingswerk. En dit is wonderlik om dit te kan ervaar, in die oggend op te staan en die voëls gekletter te hoor, leeu se gebrul in die aand. Dit is net wonderlik om hier te kan wees.
The sense of family at Xaus rubs off on guests at the lodge, who are made to feel at home by the warmth of the hospitality on offer here. The Komani San and Meer communities are also proud of their lodge and the work it is doing to benefit them.
Ek sê ek my velletjie verloor. As ek hom verloor, dan is ek ook weg.
Xaus has helped them to re-establish their sense of identity and pride in their heritage, as well as pride in what is being achieved collaboratively.
Ek dink die lodge is baie belangrik vir die gemeenskap. Die meeste van ons is van die meer community wat hier werk. Ons is gebore in die Kgalagadi, groot geword, skool gegaan. Ons praat almal Afrikaans as huistaal, moedertaal.
My voorouers was van die meergemeenskap wat dinge begin het met soos en met die donkiekar-ry, asbrood maak, al die tipe dinge, afval eet.
It is a pride that filters down through every aspect of day-to-day life at the lodge, in every task performed by the team of staff, from guiding guests on game drives out in the dunes, to making beds and cleaning chalets.
Ek is baie trots om hier te werk. Ek noem dit altyd, ek is een van die eienaars van die grond, as lid van die meergemeenskap.
Ek voel baie enthousiasties. Ek is baie bevoorreg om hier by Xaus Lodge te kan werk. Ek voel baie belangrik. Ek voel ek beteken iets. Ja.
The power that tourism has to empower and uplift people can't be underestimated, especially in extremely remote and rural places like the Kgalagadi and its surrounding communities, where finding work is often much harder than finding water.
For me, places like Xaus Lodge really give you a sense of space. It gives you that feel of being quite small in this vastness of space. But at the same time, it brings you closer to nature. And I think we've actually lost the connection with nature. The more urbanized we're getting, the more we get disconnected from nature. We don't see the stars at night because there's light pollution. We don't walk around barefoot anymore. And we don't actually walk around and be surrounded by an environment where you still have predators, where you still have to be so aware of where you go because you're not top of the food chain. Those are the sort of things that, for me, makes a place like Xaus Lodge an incredible environment to recharge batteries and really reconnect with nature again.
There's something here that makes you realize that you don't need everything, you know, all that stuff that people gather.
The silent, especially on your sunset drives when you have a silent moment for yourself. That's how I connect with the desert. That's why I'm here.
By sharing this incredible place with visitors from all over the world and celebrating the cultures of the people who call it home, Xaus is not just securing the future of the Komani Sand and Meer communities, but helping to protect and conserve this amazing wilderness for generations to come.